Hi, welcome to Sunny Day Stamping. I'm Julie Baca. Check out how this card opens. Isn't that so cool? I think they call it a W card, but I think this is just such a great fun fold because you can use it with so many different stamp sets. Just whatever, you just need a little something to go in these circles to make this card look awesome. It looks a little complicated, but I promise I'm going to break it down into simple steps. You're going to be able to make this at home today. So thank you so much for being here. We are going to have some fun making this today. All of the measurements are over on my website, sunnydaystamping.com. There's a link in the description of this video that'll take you directly over to that blog post so you can get the full list of supplies. You can purchase supplies from there, get all the measurements, get additional photos for more ideas, so you can head on over there. So that you don't have to worry about the measurements that I say in the video. So here's just a little close-up before we get started, and then the inside close-up is so much fun. Oh, and I'm going to show you how to make this designer series paper. Let's go over the supplies. It looks complicated, it looks like a ton, but it's not. You're going to use a card base. You can see that it's cut like this. All the measurements for this are over on my website. And then you're going to need a black. This is going to be the same through all the examples that I'm going to show you. The only difference is going to be whatever accent color you choose. And this is big. I want to show you how to cut this down, which is why I've got it like this. So that same accent color here, you're going to use that same color of ink. Bam. And then you need one more color of ink for whatever you're going to stamp your inside pieces as. And then just some designer series paper. You could do this all out of one sheet, or if you like the pattern in another paper, you can punch out the circle from that. And that's it. Speaking of punches, I'm going to be using, oh boy, can you see that? The 1 3/4 and the 2. So if you've got circle punches at home, use them. If you don't have circle punches and you are a paper crafter, these are like essential. You can use them for card making, for scrapbooking, for making tags. They're just so versatile. And Stampin' Ups are just top-notch quality. These are in the online exclusives. You can only find those online on Stampin' Up. They won't be in a catalog. The only other punch I'm going to be using is this Banners Pick-a-Punch, which is just really great for making banners, duh. But I'm going to show you a couple different ways to use them. You can also, if you don't have this punch, you could just cut out this little design. Now you can see one other thing I added. I did add some rhinestones. I'm not like a rhinestone kind of gal, but I don't know. I just really love the sparkle, and I love, since this is a very like circular card, that's kind of the theme, lots of circles. I liked having those circular little sequins on there. These are self-adhesive, so you just stick them on. You don't have to mess with glue on those. One more thing you're going to need is some white. I forgot, because we need white for the circles and then also for the back of our card. And I wanted to show you just how to efficiently, quickly cut strips for your circles. This is just an 8.5, like a regular cardstock piece, the 8.5. And you're just going to just make a little strip. So for your white pieces, you need a 2-inch strip. For your black pieces, you need a 2 1/4-inch strip. And we're going to be able to cut 4 circles out of this, just like bam, 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 really quickly. Now, I just wanted to give you a few cutting tips for the accent color piece. And you do need 2 pieces, because we need to make that strip for the inside, which is just 1 inch by 11. So you need the full length of your cardstock and just 1 inch. Now we're going to score this at, let me see, I'm using my print and make project sheet. I've got all the measurements on here. Oh, if you want this, these are for my email subscribers, so you can subscribe. There's a link in the description to subscribe to my email. But all of these measurements are on my website too. Okay, so now we're going to take this strip and we're going to score it at 2 3/4, 5.5, and then 8 1/4. And I love Stampin' Up's paper trimmer that they made it compact, that you can fold that arm down when you're not using it, but it goes all the way out to 17 inches. So if you have big pieces of paper, you can cut it on there too. So this is going to be the inside mechanism. So when our card opens like that, this is where we're going to put our little circles. So the piece that you cut this strip out of, don't cut out of that, because you can make more cards with that keeping this cardstock long. But now when you take this piece, we're actually going to cut the inside layer first. Okay, so you're going to cut it at 4 with this in the paper trimmer long ways, like this. If you make this measurement first, then you're going to be most efficient in cutting your paper. So now we need to cut this down to 10.5. And what we're going to do is we're going to stamp on this first, and then we're going to cut it in half. But if you don't like doing it that way, you can cut it in half right now. Now put your other piece back in, and we're going to rotate it this way and cut it at 5 1/8. Right there, and then 3 7/8. Okay, and so now this is all of the cutting that we needed to do for the card. All right, so I'm going to get myself a big piece of graph paper for this. I put this on my supply list for all of my cards because I love these big, huge pieces that will protect your work surface. Now, on most of my videos, you can see that I only use a portion. So I put these in my paper trimmer and I cut them into 4 pieces just so it's not taking up my whole screen, and because I like to conserve paper if I just am doing a small project. But for a bigger project, man, it's so nice. And you can see that like I reuse mine. So this big piece of paper is going to last you a while, and it comes in that nice big pack of like 100. So that's always on my supply list. So now you're going to grab your stamp set, and I'm using Super Cool. One of the examples I'm going to show, we're going to use a different stamp set, but you can use any fun stamp set that you have, and we're going to make our own designer series paper. So we're going to use the same color of ink as our cardstock just to give a subtle, just a subtle design. And we're going to stamp all over, making sure that we have images coming off the paper, and also making sure that they're going different directions. That's really important. There, look how quick and easy that is when you just use the same color of ink to with all of the stamps in your stamp set. Now we're going to grab the paper cutter back out and cut this at 5. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure. 5 1/2. Wait, no. 5 1/4. Seriously, I made a bunch of these cards and I cut this measurement wrong like pretty much 3 times. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now we have 2 pieces that are going to go in our card. And I liked stamping it together because I love this extending down into the next panel. All right, so now it's time to punch your circles. And I like to turn my punches over so I can see what is happening. And I use my left hand to kind of line up my paper like that. You need 4 white circles out of the 1 3/4. And now take your 2-inch circle punch, and we need 3 black circles out of this. And now we need 1 black 1 3/4. And did I not? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, good. I thought I look at that. Oh my goodness. I almost did not get that out of there. Okay, but you can see how efficiently that uses that paper, and it was so quick to just cut a strip off of your cardstock. Now there are a couple more punches we need to make. We need to have a circle out of our accent color. And I am going to punch this right out of the layer. Like this is going to be all glued together. But I'm going to punch it out of here because look, this designer series paper is going to cover it up. So we're going to save paper that way. I'm going to put it, wait. Oh my goodness, that was the wrong one. Okay, you need your 1 3/4, and we're going to put it just in the bottom left here, making sure it's going to be covered up by our designer series paper. And oh my goodness, I cut that a little too close. Okay, don't copy me. Bring it over just a little bit. I think we can save this, but you can see this is going to be the circle that goes there. Now we need a circle of designer series paper for the front of our card, and I really liked this one. I'm using the Bright and Beautiful designer series paper. Let me see, which colors do I want to show? I think I want that green. I want that green to show because we got the green here. Oh my goodness. You need a 2-inch piece of this. 2 inches, baby. 2. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to do there because I messed up. And now we need a 2-inch for the inside of our card. And so now really you just go through your scraps of your designer series paper to punch these out. I just want to show you real quick. This is how I I store my designer series paper. I've got it in plastic. What are these? Paper protectors. And I print out my words really big. I've got all the scraps on this side and then the pack of paper on this side. Let me just show you this bright and beautiful. It is so much fun. Such great colors, such great designs. This is like a perfect pack of paper for just bright and fun cards. Okay, with all my mistakes punching, I feel like I might have confused you, but all of these are going to be over on my website. But you need 5 2-inch circles, 3 black, 2 out of your designer series paper, and you need 6 1 3/4 circles, 4 whites, 1 black, and 1 out of your accent color. I hope that's better. Okay, now let's start stamping these. All right, so I'm going to put 1 image on the inside of each of these circles. And so I'm using the super cool stamp set, but this design can work with so many stamp sets that like you could do flowers, and maybe don't put them directly in the middle like I'm doing. Maybe do them off to the side in different, and just use the different parts of your stamp set to decorate the inside of your card. All right, so we have 1 more circle to do. This is going to be on the inside of our card, and I just wanted to put a greeting on that one. But if you have another stamp that you want to put here instead, that's great. I liked making this one the accent color, but you could do it all the same color. And now this is going to be the greeting for the outside of the card, and I'm just going to stamp that right in the center there, and we will use our punch to decorate that. Now, I have on your measurement list to cut a white piece. You can see that there is nowhere to write on this card. So I actually put a spot on the back to do something here. But I'm going to do this all in our lemon lime twist because I am in love with this color. So I want to grab 1 more stamp. I'm going to clean this stamp off and put it right in my stamp case like this, and grab the one that I need. I also put my Simply Chamois right in here when I'm working on a stamp set where I'm changing out a lot, because it's easy to just wipe it and put it back. Now let me show you a trick for lining this up. You're gonna line up your stamp on a line on your grid paper, and then you're gonna line up your block along a line on your grid paper too, so you can ensure that they're both straight. And then you can test it on your grid paper. Like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to do it right on that line and see how I do. And now I know that that's straight before I put it on my card. So we are gonna stamp, pick it up, shift it just the tiniest bit to the right, and stamp again. And that's going to give us that kind of shadow effect where you've got the darker ink but the lighter underneath. And I'm going to say, you are so super. And I absolutely love this little cola can because it says sweet on it. And this will be for the back of our card. So I think we've got all of the stamping done, and now we're just going to add these circles onto their bases. So you're going to use, these are all the 2-inch bases, and use one of the designer series paper for your kind of the one that you really want to pop out and be the focal point of the inside of the card. All right, now let's finish up our sentiment. So grab your banner's Pick-a-Punch, and we're gonna thread this through. Again, I like to turn mine upside down so that I can make sure that my paper is butted up against there, nice and straight, and that'll give me the best cut. Now I'm gonna rotate this and put it back in the same slot to give me that indentation on both sides. Now, like I said, if you don't have a punch, you can actually cut a slit up and then cut at a diagonal on each side and do that on both ends. And now you're going to take your little strip of black, and you should have, just dig through your scrap pile to find this. I did give you a measurement for this, but it really doesn't need one. You can just pick whatever whatever size, whatever width. We're just putting it underneath here just to make that stick out just the littlest bit. So now I'm just going to put just a small line of glue down the back of this and attach that black to the back. Okay, I think we have all our pieces. So let's go ahead and start gluing this together. Oh my goodness. Do you remember how I said that I cut this wrong every time? I cut this wrong again. So don't, whatever I said in the video earlier, don't do what I said. Go off the measurements on my website. Why is that so hard? All right, now on the front. All right, now we're gonna take our little piece of designer series paper. I don't know the measurements. I've got it on my website, and you're gonna put it right over that circle. Now you've got 3 circles left. So you're gonna put your black one kind of in the middle. You're gonna put this one off to the side, rotate it however you want your design to be. And then this one, we're actually going to attach to the back of the greeting because we're going to pop this whole section up with dimensionals. But why don't you glue this in place first? When you're placing these circles down, you want to make sure this big one is extending past the border of this little piece of paper and also have it be above this black one. Boy, I got my fingers going all over the place. Let me do it like this. Make sure it's above the black one and across this piece of paper there. Now we'll put a little bit of glue on the back of here and glue this last smallest circle right in place. I'm kind of lining it up with the edge of here, but you can do it however. There, like that. And then we'll pop this up with dimensionals. I like to use the pointy end of my take my pick tool. I say that wrong every time to get the little backs off of there so that when I don't have fingernails, I don't have to worry about it. Okay, and then we're just going to make sure that the placement of this is overlapping those 2 circles and kind of making sure this is off, extending past this border here. There, which, I mean, that looks fantastic right now, but I am going to add some little round rhinestones. And the take your pick tool, this twists, and there's a little spatula end, which is fantastic for picking up these little self-adhesive rhinestones. And I'm going to use 3, and these come in large, medium, and small, so they look fantastic together. No matter where you put these puppies, they're going to look great. So there's the placement of mine. I did large, medium, and tiny right there. All right, we're almost done. So now you want to take your strip that you have scored and you're going to fold it up like this. So there's a folded end, and then there's the open end. So you want this open end to be at the top because let me show you. We're going to attach it like that, okay? So go ahead and with it folded, put glue right here. Line it up. Make sure this is the top of your card. There we go. Okay, and we're gonna line it up along that edge. Put it in the center, bump it up to the edge of here. Remember, this is cut out of a long piece of cardstock, so it's gonna be exactly the length of that. So you don't want it extending, but you want it butting right up against there. Now we're gonna put glue here. I found this is the easiest way to attach this. And now we're just gonna close the card, and you can see it's gonna be perfect. Bam, just like that. So easy. And there's that W, kind of W shape. Okay, now the last thing we do is just glue these puppies on. I found the easiest way to glue these on because at first I was putting glue here, but if I needed to twist it, I was in trouble. So just put it in the center of, you can see the score line here. So you want to put it in the center of that and then just be able to put your image down. And there we go. Isn't that so fun? Wouldn't you love to give this as a birthday card and then you can write on the back? Let me show you the other colors. So this is in Berry Burst, and I'm using that same pecan pie ink for the goodies on the inside. And this is Pretty Peacock. Same pecan pie, but with the Pretty Peacock base and color there. Oh, let me show you the backs of these. And then I made one using the Taco Fiesta stamp set because I love this stamp set. It is so much fun. And I was like, this is going to be perfect. Any stamp set that has a lot of little elements are going to be perfect to put on the inside. So these I colored with, here, let me show you. I colored with Stampin' Blends. Let's see, what colors did I use? There we go. There we go. See, I only used 4 colors, and all you need for this card is black ink and then Yeah, that's it. I used Azure Afternoon as the background, but I didn't use that ink color. I just used black. You can see the black background, and then I colored in. So I hope you have so much fun making these. I sure did. I put out a new video every Thursday, so I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. You can also hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications so you get notified when my new videos come out. Thank you so much for watching. Have a sunny day.